Tribe versus caste. What do you mean by tribe versus caste? Most of the times we confuse them together. We consider tribe to be caste and some caste to be tribe. So what these terms may sound same but they are different. So in today's same but different series, we'll discuss tribe versus caste. First we'll discuss caste because we already discussed caste in caste versus class, varna versus jati. So first we'll discuss caste. Caste, as I told you in the previous class, it evolved from Varna system. From Varna system, different mating between different communities or different Varnas resulted in different jatis or different caste. So caste is ascribed, that is by birth, and it is endogamous, that is marriages within the communities happen more of the times, and it is hierarchical, meaning there is a lower caste, higher caste, and the status is also decided here. And then it is occupation is fixed here, that is hereditary. And then rituals are very significant. The rituals change from one caste to another caste, but the rituals plays very important. And then there is social sanctions are also there. What is social sanctions? That is, we have to follow certain rules. Okay, certain rules and rituals has to be followed if you belong to a particular caste. If you avoid or if you break those rules, then it entails certain social sanctions. For example, endogamy is most probably followed in most of the caste. Now it is changing, but from the theoretical perspective, endogamy is followed. What is endogamy? That is marrying within one's own caste. So if you break this one's own marrying within one's own caste, if you break this endogamy, normally there will be social sanctions. That is, you will be orchestrated from your caste. Okay, that is social sanctions are entailed here. And the mobility is very rigid, as I told you. That is, if you want to move from one caste to another caste, is very rigid but not impossible. It is possible through Sanskritization. That is, lower community or rural caste imitating higher caste to achieve higher status. Okay, that is social mobility. Examples of caste is Lingayats in Karnataka, Kurubas in Karnataka, etc. Okay, remember Kurubas is a caste, but however within Kurubas there are Jainu Kurubas. Those are called as tribes because they live in remote areas. So now you might have got an idea, that is what is tribe. So tribe is a socially culturally distinct community living in isolated areas. So normally they are found in remote areas such as forest or hilltops, etc., etc. Okay, so here they follow or they are belonging to a particular common territory, and it is very egalitarian, meaning there are no higher tribe or lower tribe, all are considered as equal there. And also there is a no concept of ownership. Normally there is community good or the common ownership is there. And then the kinship ties are very important. What is kinship tie? That is a brother sister, sister brother, and cousins, etc. These kind of kinship ties or the relations are play very important role in tribals. Okay, there is a reciprocal relation between these kins that forms a very basic idea about or very basic idea of tribal system. And there are traditional practices which are followed by the tribals. For example, certain tribes are involved in hunting and gathering, certain tribes are involved in fishing, etc., etc. For example, Nicobaris are found in Andaman Nicobar. They are belonging to her, they follow traditional practice of like fishing. Okay, and Sentinelites, they are also found in Andaman Nicobar. They follow the practice of hunting and gathering. Okay, so it keeps on changing. Then the mobility, it is flexible because they are most of the time follow endogamous. That is, a person belonging to one tribe is allowed to marry another tribe. That is there. Examples of tribes is Gonda, Bill, and Jainu Kuruba. Also you can add here. Now the interrelation between these two. Does tribe and caste have any similarities, or doesn't tribe have any relation between them? According to anthropological perspective, there is a concept that is tribe caste continuum. That is, they say that though the tribe and caste may seem different, there is continuity between them. That is, certain tribes over the period of time have converted into caste, and certain caste over the period of time have converted into tribes. Tribes moving to caste is called as casteization, and caste moving to tribes is called as tribalization or tribalization, and this is called Sanskritization. And within this tribe caste continuum, some communities are called as isolated completely. For example, the Sentinelese, which are found in Andaman Nicobar, and then partially isolated. For example, Bills, they are partially isolated, and there is one more community that is partially assimilated, meaning they are still considered as a tribes, but they are following the practices which are followed in neighboring castes. Okay, and finally, this is completely assimilated. These communities were initially tribals, but over the period of time, they attracted or they started practicing the practices of neighboring caste. For example, Bhumija Barabhum. These Bhumija Barabhum were initially tribals, but now they are considered as a full blown caste. Okay, So this is the difference between tribe and caste. Hope the concept is clear. Jai Hind.